The climate in Australia depends a lot on where you are. The country mostly consists of desert and sand, both in the north and the south. The biggest desert is the Great Victoria Desert, which is in the southern Australia. The desert is 424,400 square meters. In the south and the east coast, you will find a lot of beaches. In Australia, you can find many beaches, and a lot of visitors came here to see it. In the north and in the middle, you have the outback. The outback is the driest place in Australia, and not many people live here. It's many mountains, and there's a lot of sand. The sand in the outback is red because it's metals in the sand. In the Northern Territory, it's a big rock in the middle of the desert, Ayers Rock, also called Uluru. The rock is 500 million years old, and it's 3.5 kilometers long, 2 kilometers wide, and 9 kilometers in circumference. And there's the pictures of the desert and the outback. There are many landmarks in Australia, but most of them are found in Sydney. The Opera House is a very famous big building, and when you see the building, you connect it to the country. Sydney Harbour Bridge is the big bridge across Sydney. You can see it in the middle of the town, and it's also a thing you connect to Australia. Many of you may have heard about a big beach called Bondi Beach. It's a beach in central Sydney, and it's 1 kilometer long. It's a famous beach, and a lot of visitors are there during the whole year. Mel Gibson is an actor who were born in England but moved to Australia at a young age. He's one of the most famous people from Australia, and he has been in movies like Lethal Weapon and Braveheart. Another famous actress and a singer from Australia is Kylie Minogue. When she was in a young age, she started her career as an actress, but after a few years, she realized that her passion was to sing. Can't Get Out of My Head is one of her most famous songs. Fun facts. I found some fun facts about Australia. A lot of people think that the capital of Australia is Sydney, but it's actually Canberra. And I told you before that Sydney is the biggest city in Australia. Australia was the second country in the world to allow women to vote. New Zealand was the first country. The Great Barrier Reef is the planet's largest living structure. A kangaroo is only 1 centimeter long when it's born. Gina Rinehart, Australia's richest woman, earns $1 million every half hour, or $598 every second. Compared to Sweden, the climate is different. In Sweden, it's so much colder than Australia, and that depends on Australia's closer to the equator. The northern Australia is different than the north of Sweden. Here we have minus 25 degrees in the winter. In Australia, it's still over 15 degrees. Australia has one of the most successful economies in the world. The economy has grown the past years, and also well reflected in the lifestyle of the people. Also, the economy in Sweden has been raised the last year, and it's keeping that way. An organization in Australia has come out with the fact that the country has a very low crime rate than the most part of the world, and I think that's one thing I can have in this presentation. In Sweden, it has become more notified crimes, and now we have not a very high crime rate, but it's still high. My personal thoughts about Australia are that it's a wonderful country to live in, nice people, and the climate is good every season. I could definitely see myself